to ask you who you know.
Hi and welcome everyone, this is Kiltech. Today I want to continue our Electronic Warfare guides, and this time around it's all about the Amarrs. So, what do the Amarrs have for Electronic Warfare? Let me guys just show you. First of all, let's go for the frigates and cruisers, which will be able to be used by all Alpha clones. Okay. First of all, we have the Crucifier frigate and the Arbitrator cruiser. And as you can see, the Amarr are specializing in weapon disruptors. Before I show you those, let me give you also the different ships that are available. Okay, Crucifer Navy issue should be available for Alpha clones, but the Sentinel shouldn't be available for Alpha clones. So let's move those over here. Those are available for Alpha clones. The Sentinel isn't. Okay, and then we still have the Curse and the Pilgrim. Very good. Okay, let's get back to the weapon disruptor traits. As you can see, the effectiveness is the same on all three. The only thing that differs is that the Crucifier has more optimal range, and the Crucifier Navy issue gets bonuses on optimal range and fall off, and reduction in weapon disruptor activation cost and CPU requirements. So this is pretty nice. And the Tech 2 variants also have Energy Nosferatu and Energy Neutralizers, which are actually quite useful in fight, but let's talk about those later on. So how does those work? Let's just open up this one again. Let's go with the cruiser, why not? I'm not going to show any fittings here, guys. I just want to explain how this works. Let's get tracking disruptors. So guys, back in the old days, tracking disruptors meant turret disruptors. So it was only one kind. Now we have actually two. Actually, let me get the Tech 2 variants. Now we have a guidance disruptor and a tracking disruptor. Tracking disruptor only works on turrets, and that was bad back then because you actually could only work against turrets, and when you encountered a missile ship, you were pretty much screwed. But now we can use guidance disruptors, which will affect only missile launchers. But still, I don't like this so much because most of the other electronic warfare devices work on all ships, like Target Painter and stuff like that, but those work on two completely different things. So either you have to mix all the things on your ship, or you will have to speak with a friend so that you are multiple guys and designate each ship for a purpose. So, but let's get back what this is doing. For that, I actually wanna grab one missile, just so that I have the missile informations up. Let's get one standard. Okay. As you can see, this guidance disruptor decreases missile velocity bonus, missile flight time, uh, decreases explosion velocity bonus and increases explosion radius bonus. So what does that actually do? Missile velocity and missile flight time will decrease the effective range of your missile, of the enemy's missile. It's decreasing the speed and the flight time, so that the range will be decreased. In the best situation for you would be that the missiles will not be able to hit you anymore. And the next two are explosion velocity bonus and explosion radius bonus. What this does is it decreases the explosion velocity. This means if you are faster than this, you will get less damage from the missile. And it increases the explosion radius. As you can see, this has the same symbol as your signature radius, and that means if this is smaller than your signature radius, then that missile is able to do full damage on the explosion radius. But if the explosion radius of the missile is bigger than your signature radius, you will get less damage. And as you can see, we are getting some bonuses on that. So we could go over here, and for example, we could go for range. Then we would get a bigger bonus on the range and the flight time of the missile velocity and the flight time of the missile. So we would decrease the optimal range of the missile quite a lot. And if we switch that out, as you can see, this would significantly affect the stats of one missile. So if you're, for example, flying a frigate like the Sentinel, this would quite do well for you, because you will get less damage. How much is that? Let me just grab the calculator for a second. If he has an explosion radius of 40 meters, and I would increase that by 43 times 43, 53 meters. And this ship actually has signature radius of 41. So the default, as you can see, would do full damage 40 to 41, but with our guidance disruptor on the enemy, it would be 33, so we would get less damage from that missile. And that is actually quite already all about guidance disruptor. The turret disruptor is working quite the same. It has reduction in fall-off bonus, reduction in optimal range, and reduction in tracking speed. So what this effectively is doing, you can decrease completely the range, and by this you would nearly halve the range of your enemy. If you are outside of his optimal and fall-off range, he is not able to hit you at all, no chance. But let's say you are something smaller and a little bit faster, then you probably would go for the tracking speed, because with this he will have a really bad tracking speed and will not be able to hit you even if you are really close up to his face. Yes. And what we additionally have with the Amarr, because they have the biggest capacitors of all the ships, they get also a bonus on energy Nosferatu and energy neutralizers. This means better optimal range, better fall off range, and more drain amount. The curse is more the fleet support in fight variant that you would use, and the pilgrim is the one that you would use for cloaky stuff, because you can use the covert ops cloak and fly around with this one. Okay, maybe just give you guys a little example with a pilgrim here. Force Recon here. Pilgrim. So how could you fit this Pilgrim? First of all, you definitely would fit some engineering equipment, energy Nosferatus. For example, 2 of those and 1 Neutralizer, because the last one you would use for a covert ops cloaking device. So as you can see, we have an optimal range of 80, 18 and 18. Very good. 50 points leached per 5 seconds, 50 points leached per 5 seconds, and 252 neutralized per 12 seconds. This one will hit the enemy hard, but you shouldn't start both up at the same time, guys. Start the first one, and when you are about halfway done, then start the second one, so that you will be able to gain more from the enemy. And for tracking, I actually, as I said, would go for only one. Either go for guidance or for tracking, so you can pick your enemy, because you are in a cloaky ship. You don't need to suffer from a mixed up hybrid shit. When you are cloaked, you can decide if you want to engage a target or not. So if you go for tracking, you can decide the targets that are vulnerable to you. For example, all turret ships, like a MOA, for example. No caracals, because they will fuck you up. Then you would get a propulsion, and probably, yes, warp disruptor to point your enemy. So, and as of the scripts, you definitely would have both in your bay, in your hangar bay, and decide on the go which one to use right now. For example, if you try to battle one battleship, I would advise you to go for tracking speed, and your first primary targets would be the drones. And this is actually for all ships, for the frigates and for the cruisers. When you engage someone with an Amarr ship like this, an electronic warfare ship, get your point on your enemy, start your weapon disruptions, maybe start to annoy him a little bit, and then wait for his drones and start killing them, because they will be the main thing that will hit you. So it is crucial for your survival, and for the success of your mission. You will die to those drones, so kill them first, and when the drones are gone, you can slowly leech on your enemy and slowly kill him with your drones. So I actually think that I am already done. There's not much to say about the electronic warfare stuff from the Amarr. It's pretty straightforward. So if you still have any questions that you want to ask me, or anything, or any requests or something like that, just do it in the comments, guys. So like and share the video, guys. Hope to see everyone soon again, and as always, kill take out.